All right, yo, welcome to the 280 Plus podcast. I'm your host, Los Def. And yo, the platform is getting elevated. And today is another first. I got my first female guest with us today. I mean, and let's introduce yourself, ma'am. I said, ma'am. Excuse me. Introduce yourself.
I'm Vejharnae.
All right, and brother.
Vejharnae.
Oh, Vijay. Okay. And then brother, introduce yourself.
I'm Mark, you know. I don't got nothing else to say, but I'm just Mark. You might know me. Most people know me as Chris Black Beats brother.
I was
It
about to
used to be
say,
everybody should know him as Mark brother now. I'm getting old and washed, so I'm Chris Black Beats brother.
now you
Old
Chris
and
Black's brother.
washed.
Damn,
Yeah,
damn, that's
Old and washed.
old and
old and
washed.
washed.
We can never be old and washed, Mark. We're
Yeah,
classic.
that's true.
Are
That's
y'all
true.
30? Are y'all how old are y'all?
I'm 30. I just turned 30 in December.
You just turned
I'll
30?
be
Okay.
30 this year,
Okay.
December.
Okay.
I don't
And
care.
I don't necessarily like make this a secret on who's with on the podcast, but I was DMing Visionay and she's like, who's gonna be on, whatever. And I was like, it can't be a surprise. And she was like, I get social anxiety, whatever. And so I was like, all right, well, I was gonna do what I was gonna do. I was gonna ask Mark. Yeah, I mean, if he would have said, "Yo, let it be a surprise," then I would have just gave you the suspense, Visionay. But he said, "No, I don't care." So I said, "Yo, it's Visionay on there," and he was like, "Oh, that's the family." So are y'all actually family? Because people from York, everybody be related out here. So like, are y'all actually family or y'all just cool friends, whatever?
We got the same
Oh,
brother.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh shit! All right, well,
Yeah.
all right, all right. That's what's up. Because you know how York is, man. Small town. It'd be a lot of people that
Yeah.
don't even know that they cousins with one another. It'd be people that don't even claim family and this and that, whatever. But
Oh
y'all
yeah, that's
actually
me. I'm not claiming. I ain't claiming nobody to be claiming them. Even
okay.
even my even my actual cousins. Like if we ain't grow up being cousins and we
Um,
don't like converse on the daily or nothing like that,
Yeah.
you my people's people. You
Okay.
not. You know what I mean? Like it's weird, but a lot of people know what I mean by that too.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be trying to
Like
get
it's
away from that because I'm related to everybody, but like, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
yeah, you can't just go up to be like, yo, who your peoples? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, my mom is such and such, and then that like that, and most people look at you like, like I don't care. Like
Right.
so I just
Right.
like, I mean I just let it go.
Right.
Like
Okay. Well, I explained to Josh last week that like my mom, like she's from York, and I don't really have no like family on her side. So all my family is really from Philadelphia. So even though I'm from York, I always felt like kind of like an outsider because I don't have like cousins and I couldn't get nobody to what I mean, fight my battles and all. And I'm not saying that's what y'all do, but you know how it is out here, man.
yeah.
Like,
I don't need nobody fight my battles.
right?
Right, Mark?
Oh yeah, this name shit a beast, man. I ain't even gonna
I
tell you
call
about how.
Mark. I
Oh
call
yeah.
Mark.
Oh
Yeah, come
Mark,
shit.
on,
you
B.
better not. Don't even start.
All right,
Oh, exposer.
I ain't gonna expose you for the pod, but
All right. Well,
man,
well, all right. I'm about to actually put you on the spot. So the reason why I started this platform, part of it is just, we like to talk shit on Twitter. And I think a lot of times we don't get a lot of space to kind of get our shit off. You know what I mean? And we want to expand upon those 280 characters, right? So that's why this is called 280 plus. So actually what we're gonna do is a segment, we're gonna call this in your mentions, right? So what I mean, it's some things that I might have liked that y'all posted, or just something I might have thought like, all right, this might make some good content, whatever. So we're gonna actually start with you, Visionary. So the other day, right, you said a few years ago, I woke up one day and decided to stop being played with, and some people took it as harsh. Must have been the white in me coming out. LOL. Now, when I read that, right, I take that two ways, right? So the first way I'm thinking like, well, maybe she got like a relative that might be white, like a white grandma or great grandma or something. But my mind didn't go there though. First, my mind went another place, and I was thinking like, well, Visionay did date a white boy before. Like, is she talking like the white in her came out? And I'm thinking like, what type of time was she on, whatever. But what did you mean when you said that, or whatever? Like,
If I talk about my ex, he might sue me.
Oh, he might sue you. Oh, for real? Oh, you know the white people, they litigators, man. I mean,
but
he's a
just
Chad, not a
basically,
Karen. He's a
but
Chad.
basically, he ain't none of them.
Okay, all right.
But basically, white people don't be taking those. Can I curse?
Yes, you can
White
curse.
people don't take
You
no
can.
shit
I
from
mean, I had
people.
niggas smoking blunts and all that.
They do not be taking nothing from nobody. They don't play with people, so they don't let people play with them. So that's just what I meant.
Okay. So you have like white relatives, or what would you like?
Everybody's white.
Yeah,
Everybody got white in them, but not really
not
like
black, not Mark Black.
close.
Mm-mm.
Nah, Mark Black ain't got no white.
RBG, red, black, and
Deep,
green. Say you know.
deep, whatever.
That's what's up.
Deeply rooted
So do you
black.
agree? Do you agree with that, Mark? That white people just don't play around? They don't
I
take
get
no
what she
shit.
means. I get what
Yeah.
she means, but I feel like everybody take a little shit. But I feel like when it gets to like that certain part, they need to get back. They have a they love revenge. I'll say that. Like they
Mm.
like to get one up on the shit. So if you do something, they ain't gonna forget that shit. They might kill you with kindness with it,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
they might,
yeah.
blatantly disrespect you about it. But most of the time it's the kindness. You might think it's like, oh, okay, they might forgot about it, but they might just, what I mean, you know how they do.
Yeah. All right. Well then, and then I'm gonna go to you, Mark, because I don't really got much to add to that. I agree with y'all. Like, white people, definitely, like I said, they're litigators. I mean, like, they'll sue your ass. I mean, if something's going on, if you invade their personal space, they're gonna call the cops on you. Like, they don't play. Like, what I mean. So they don't got no time for the shits, whatever. But all right, so I'm gonna go to you, Mark. I thought this was funny. He said, I ordered some shorts and they're shorter than I would like. I feel like a slut. Whatever.
Black.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Yeah, fashion these days it's a little wild because like we're definitely wearing shirts that are a little bit, higher on the arms. Are the shorts, when you look at it, when I see somebody else with them, I'm like, it's okay, whatever. But when you put them on, you really
it's
feel how
it's
exposed you
different.
are. Like,
It's different.
fam, I never had this much thigh out. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, like,
I
I
like
was
the
like
I
that.
like the
I,
little I like a little thigh showing.
oh
I
yeah,
was like hot boy,
As
hot
long
boy
as the butt
summer.
is not tight. As long as the butt is not like too tight
Well,
on male clothes,
okay.
a little thigh
See, but yeah, that's
and with a nice full athletic leg is
okay.
all right.
Okay, but Mark is skinny though. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
ain't got all that, man. You know what I mean, like, so he probably looking like a track star. He looking like Usain Bolt.
yeah, that's a fact.
He might
So,
gotta wear
but nah, it worked out for me because that day I wore him, whatever. We went on a boat. We was on a boat and everything. So I wasn't like, what I mean. It was the right apparel for the right situation. But
Okay.
I definitely felt crazy. I'm like, yo, man, this is. And then you can't sag because the shirts, you know what I mean? Your
Yep.
shirts are what's they sell. And I'm one of
Yep.
the people that I ain't gonna have my ass out. I hate people that do that. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna be like the person with my ass all out. And then the shorts is just meet my knees will be sagging. So
Yeah.
it's like that joint is pointless anyway. So I was just like, I'm
Well,
just I'm
yeah.
just gonna embrace the thighs.
Yeah. And when you sit down though, it's crazy with them shorts. Like, the leg comes up even more. And so you like, yo, this is crazy. You like pulling your joints down a
I'm
little
like,
bit. Like,
yeah. I was like, dang.
right. That's crazy. So, but yeah, fashion is definitely I wonder if it's ever gonna go back, like backwards.
I'm
Like,
not gonna lie. A lot of people be embarrassed of the baggy era. I
okay,
fuck with the baggy era,
you
like
you miss it?
a little bit, a little
Yeah.
bit, a little bit, and not
bring
too
it
baggy
back.
when it was
Just
when
bring
it
it
was in the
back.
middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah,
Nah, I can't. Yeah, I can't bring
nah.
it back. I
Cause
can't.
I even gonna hold. I don't even think they make the jeans the same way. Like I was at my job one time. We had like a 2000s day, so I was trying to find some jeans that, now I mean I could wear like back
Yeah.
what we used to wear back in the day. I couldn't find them, so I just had to get like some regular like boot cut type joints. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no.
Yeah. So it was
Goodwill.
it was a one, and I went to the corner store, bought me a little top tee,
Yep.
little
Top T.
one wear joint, throw it in
Yep.
the trash if that was done with it.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. Like, it's like back in the day. I don't like how the jeans are when I'm wearing them now. If I would try to wear some type of jeans like that, like they just don't sit, like wider jeans don't sit right on the shoes no more. You know what I mean? Like now it's about showing the shoe and all that. And like, yeah, I don't think I could go back to something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
And shoes, I feel like shoes now, everybody is more, they like to dip and dab in different type of shoe. You know, back then everything was just either some Forces, or if you ain't really had the money like that, you had the 2 for $89 with the New Balances and shit like that. So it wasn't the Chucks, Timbs. It was only like 5 pair of sneakers that niggas was wearing.
Facts. All right, so let's since we talk about social media and I kind of put you on the spot, whatever. We ain't gonna keep going with that, but let's talk about social media pet peeves, right? Like, what are some things that kind of go on social media, just in general, where it don't matter what platform it is? What are some things that just kind of grind your gears a little bit, or just like make you like side eye, like, all right, here we go again?
The viral misinformation.
Okay.
And also, all right, I got like 3 things. Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
The fake stories that go viral, that when you can read and you be like, really, nigga? Yeah. Did that really happen?
Yeah.
And what's the other one? Go ahead, Vijay. There you go. I'll think of the third one as she's going. But I had the other one.
One of my social media pet peeves would be, I don't know where to start.
It's too many.
There's so many. I hate when people, I would say misinformation as well, because people share stuff about like missing kids or like stuff like that, and they don't read that the kid might have been found, or the article
and it'd be from like stuff 5 like years ago.
Yeah.
That stuff grinds my gears. I make sure I click in and read the article before I share it.
Yeah.
Because with that, 1 or 2 things can happen. If it's like let's just say it's like a cop killing or something like that.
Okay.
But it's from like 2017. But they ain't bring it up until now. I mean, people have every right to still be upset about it.
Yeah, definitely.
But why 4 years later, you know what I mean? And you trying to bring this back. So it gotta be, to me, I just look at it like, some type of they got some type of distraction going on, or they want to get people riled up, or some type of shit's coming.
Okay. Yeah, and I think nowadays though, Twitter and other like social media platforms, they have those filters where they be like, do you want to read the article first, whatever. But I think that the stuff that y'all talking about is just like people kind of producing this stuff and kind of putting it out there like second, third, fourth hand. You know what I mean? And like
clickbait.
Clickbait.
You know clickbait
type stuff like that. So one of mine is this is, so I feel like if I follow you on, especially on Twitter, right? If I follow you, I feel like I'm a pretty active follower. Like I'm gonna engage with what you say. I'm gonna react, whatever. I'm gonna try to make some jokes, and I really don't try to argue with people, even though some people might think that, whatever. People might think like I just try to debate, but I do hate when I get mad when I hate when people get mad when you engage with what they're saying on Twitter, and then they just be like, well, who asked you? And I'd be like, well,
that's why I don't do it. That's why I don't do it. And that's why I left when you do it, because I'd be like, Los is bold, because it's like online is different. We can, like, right now we can just go back and forth, agree to disagree. And because you can feel my tone, I can feel your tone. You can't really read tone on Twitter. And then so you might start going back and forth arguing. Not even arguing, but you might say your piece. Now it's coming back like you're arguing with that person, where you're just saying, nah, this is just how I feel about it. Once you start proving points to them where they like kind of go over what they're saying and then they're wrong, it's kind of like, well, who asked you? Well, nigga, you asked because you put it in a tweet. Like, so
I even mean like inconsequential things. Like I even mean like fun things. Like I'll just explain the scenario just the other day. Like, yeah, I mean, I seen a tweet, whatever it was talking about. Like somebody said, I wish Cinco de Mayo should be on a Saturday, whatever. And I was like, well, you can celebrate. You can celebrate Ocho de Mayo if you want to, because that's what today is. I mean, and then so then she responded with an explanation like, nah, like, with the taco specials, with the drink specials, like, you know what I mean, like we should enjoy that on a Saturday. Which I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. Like, you know what I mean, like that's cool. Like they should extend those specials or whatever to the weekend. And then right after that, after she explained it and like had some LOLs in it, whatever, then the next one was like, who, I forgot if I asked you anyway. And I was like, whoa, wait up. Like, what, when did you send those tweets? Yeah, I mean, because the response don't even make no sense. Like how are you saying to me, like, who asked you, whatever, but then you explained yourself first. Yeah, I mean, and like it seems like we laughing, it seems like it's a joke, but like, why are you getting upset because somebody just, I made a joke. I was like, yo, Ocho de Mayo, you can celebrate that, whatever. Yeah, I mean, and then like just felt some type of way. I that's what I don't like. I don't like it. It is too much tension sometimes. I think everybody.
Be tough on the internet.
Yeah,
and I feel like a lot of people don't put a lot of thought in what they say. Like they just it come up to their head, tweet.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm a type of person. I don't like when random people get in my mentions because I'm not gonna go back and forth with random people because
yes.
You know what I mean? It's not worth it. And even with people that I feel like they don't know how to take it, like when I'm even feeling that certain way, I'll be like, it's not even worth it. Like if you say something, I can explain myself because I know you're not going to take it a certain way. I can say to Vejharnae because I know her personally, so I know she's not going to take it a certain way. But other people are just like, nah, it's not worth it because then some people like to bring other motherfuckers in. If they got the stronger fan base than you do, then it's just like then you just got block.
People,
you know
people
what
got
I mean.
fans.
But people really got fans. Like
people got fans.
I seen it first. I seen niggas like troll and tweet shit about shit that niggas shouldn't do.
Okay.
And niggas straight agreeing with it, like, yeah. And nigga the following week had the same shit that he was talking about he didn't like what niggas was doing. But he did it on purpose.
Okay.
Just to see how people could be like, yeah, you right. But then he did it, and then everybody was just like it again. I was just like,
yeah,
that's social media for you.
And I understand too, like you know, you probably shouldn't engage with too many people that's like random that you don't know. But I'm like, if it's a follow for follow type of thing, like I'm like, you know, if I'm tweeting something, I don't care. So you can say whatever you want to me. Like you know what I mean? Like, and I'll respond. I might take it in jest. You know what I mean? I'm probably gonna laugh it off most of the time. Because like I said, I'm not ever really trying to attack nobody. You know what I mean? Like that's never my intention, at least. But yeah, I mean,
early Twitter, this used to be the thing. Don't react. No matter what they say, don't react. Once you react, they got you. They got you. Now you're looking silly. So I always took that in stride. Like, nah, I ain't gonna have me on the internet looking crazy.
Sometimes I'll do that. Like I'll tweet something that I don't really put too much thought into.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't mind a good challenge. Somebody might challenge me, like you challenged me a couple times. About what I was saying, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta think.
Well, no, like, and I really be curious about stuff. Like I be wanting to know stuff. I ask questions, and I even think sometimes when you ask people questions, they get offended. They be like, why you asking me? And I'm like, no, I really don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like
sometimes you want to know why people thinking the way they think.
Exactly.
And like, what made you think that?
Yeah, exactly. And it might not even, I'm not necessarily judging you. It's just like, yo, you know what I mean? We follow each other. Yeah, we follow each other. Why can't, you know what I mean, we engage? You know what I mean? But I feel y'all.
I'll be wanting to do that with people. I just want to like, why you feel like that? But I was like, do I really want to go back? And then sometimes when I do things, like I might say something at 9 o'clock in the morning, I might feel a certain way. And then if people respond within between 9 o'clock and 9:15, I'll engage. But then sometimes somebody might respond like 12 o'clock. I'm off that already. I don't want to talk about that no more. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just like it because conversation over now. I'm on something else.
Yeah, I definitely pay for it. I think sometimes people probably I probably rub them the wrong way at times, whatever, but it is what it is, man. So, all right. So another question about social media. What would you say is your social media archetype, right? So what I mean by that is like how would you describe the way you use social media? Like, and I have a couple here. Are you the troll? Are you all about serenity and positivity? Because, you know, we have those people that's like, everything is like, you know, motivational, whatever. And maybe they selling the crystals, whatever, all that, whatever. you got, all right. Another category might be the flexer, right? Like the person that anything they post in, they flashing. It's, you know what I mean, trying to show you how big they got it, whatever. Then we got the oversharer. You know what I mean? Like maybe the person that just kind of puts too much of their personal business out there. You know what I mean? Like maybe wanting sympathy or just reaction from others.
That's one of the pet peeves right there.
Right. I would say I'm like a reactor or a shit talker. Like I'm not a troll, but I like to, I like to take little, jokes or whatever. And then the last one I would say is and maybe I named too many, but the last one is like the trendsetter. Like they don't post that much, whatever, but anything they post, it's like on fire. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people, maybe they got that fan base like Mark was talking about, you know what I mean? So like, how would you describe the way you use social media? And either one of y'all could go. Like I said, I think I'm the shit talker a little bit, the reactor. Like I'll reply like, oh, that's funny. Oh, I don't like that. Or, oh, that's cool, whatever. But that's what I think I am.
I would say
I'm a little bit of everything. Well,
yeah. Well, I'm not a flexer because like I'm not the flexer thing. That's not me. I don't get in all that. You know what I mean? I just do what I do. But as far as everything else, I like to think dibble and dab and all that. Like I try to do the positivities like that, and I will troll people. I won't troll an actual person. I'll try to like say something so someone can react to it.
Okay.
Like I might say something to where it's like I know somebody's like, because they don't really know the whole information. They just know what they see on what's name, that they just think this is true. So I just say something like hoping they react to it, so I can be like, well, this is what this really means. You know what I mean? So I can get them. So I try to do that. Like sometimes when I put like, I put like little laughing emojis on shit that seems serious, but I know that it's just one of those things where like they want people to react to it. So I just put like laughing, or like one of those things I told you so. I told y'all niggas when I retweeted something years ago that this would happen if y'all guys do this. So I'd like to do that a lot of times.
Okay.
I'm a told you so type of nigga.
Told you so. I was gonna say it could be etc. You're a told you so. I like that. What would you say, V?
I do a little bit of trolling. I try to put a little positivity out there, little knowledge.
That's that Sagittarius energy.
Try to keep it positive, but sometimes I gotta take it there.
Yeah. Have you had to take it there recently, like on social media, like, or no?
Not like I haven't had no personal issues with anybody. Just probably irritated about a mix between trolling and being positive, trying to be positive. People irritate you because it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm choking on water in the middle of my broadcast.
That's why they want to smoke on this. I ain't want
Put your arms up. Put your arms up.
Right. All right, I'm good. Oh, all right, that's what's up. Damn, I'm gonna have to edit all this, whatever. All right. So, let's talk about Snowfall. Let's switch it up. Let's talk about Snowfall. I feel like it's funny because when a show ends, like, like I said, there ain't no space for people to kind of have that conversation unless, what I mean, it's amongst your friends, whatever. But I do like to talk, like we talk about shows while they're airing and everybody has those conversations. But once it's over, I feel like it's just, we got to wait till the next season. So let's kind of get into that. And I told Mark to do his homework. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, fam,
first off, fuck you, first and foremost, because this season was crazy. And it had me in a lot of emotions and shit. So it was like, damn.
Right. So he like, damn, I had to watch 10 episodes.
I just like to let shit sit, and then I just like binging it because I hate waiting for the next week and the following week. And I try like to avoid tweets. Like the whole time the fourth season was on, I see someone say like, if I see Franklin name, Leon name, anybody name, I just scroll past it. Just so I don't read it.
Yeah, like with certain shows, I definitely would do that, and I know the game. You know what I mean? If I miss an episode, I know I ain't supposed to really be on social media, not supposed to be on Twitter, and I don't complain about people spoiling it because that's just what's gonna happen.
It is what it is, yo.
It is what it is. So like I avoid it like you do, but certain shows I'm like, nope, I got to be a part of it. I got to know what's happening so I don't have to avoid nothing. And so where would y'all say this season ranked in terms of all 4 seasons? Where does season 4 rank in that? Go ahead, Vejharnae.
I think it's just getting better and better.
Okay. And in what ways? Like why you say that? Like,
well, one, Franklin is getting finer and finer every season.
Oh my fucking God.
Idris fan.
He is the heat.
I knew we were gonna go there, but
he's so handsome.
Right. What do you think, Mark? Like, where does this season rank for you?
it is getting better and better, but it's one of those things where it's
right?
like,
See,
I kind of know, like, I mean, I kind of know where they're going with this. So if you know like what it's based on and stuff like that, you kind of know like where it's going. Like a lot of people, they'll say it that it's not based on Freeway Ricky Ross and the whole what's the name. But that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So everybody know how that ended and shit like that. So it's just a lot of like, when I watch shows, I get invested in the characters.
Yes.
Like a lot. So you know what I mean? So when certain shit happen, I'll be feeling that shit. So this season, like I said, a lot of shit happened where it had me like damn.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Like the airplane part.
Yeah.
I broke the nigga down a little bit. And I'm just like, dang.
Right.
So yeah, and I watched that this morning because I
oh shit.
I caught up to like episodes, and I watched the last two last night. And I'm gonna watch the last one this morning.
Okay.
So I just watched it this morning.
So if I had to rank this one, I still think season 3 was the best season to me. Like that's when I feel like that's when it was like really turning up, and like when you see the girlfriend Mel, when she gets addicted to crack or whatever, like I just thought that was the craziest shit, because when I think of that, like I'm so glad we grew up when we grew up, right? Because like I wouldn't want to be in a time where like, you know, trying crack is just like a thing that people try, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like they was just like, yo, let's try this crack. I mean, and I'm like, yo, fam, like you could have been in a real bad situation back in the day, just on some casual shit. You know what I mean? Like
all been fiends.
Like for real.
I kind of look at it like this though. I feel as though like the people who don't really dibble and dabble in all that extra stuff now, like nowadays.
Yeah.
Because niggas experimenting now.
Yeah.
As far as with like, you know what I mean, the pills and I mean, and whatever niggas vices, whatever, do you. But I feel like those type of motherfuckers, they would have been a paper back then.
Yeah.
Like that's there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. It would have been some like they would have thought some cool shit.
Yeah. So you're saying like there's probably like in society now, like there's already those people that like we know who, like you're saying, we know who would have been those people, I guess.
Facts.
Yeah, so it's not like
I also think that back then they didn't have like all the knowledge of what it could actually, like all the outcomes of how it affects you.
Yeah.
So I still think it would have been more people experimenting than today.
Yeah, definitely, because because now people have the information in terms of what drugs do, but they still experiment. You know what I mean? And back in the day, like y'all saying, like they didn't have that knowledge, and I mean, obviously that's probably why. But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm glad that we grew up now, because you know I can err on the side of caution and be like, nah, I ain't fucking with that, whatever. All right. So who was your favorite character for this season? Who was maybe favorite or best of this season, or is it probably for Vejharnae? It's probably Franklin the whole way, huh?
Like I this season, I said it. I feel like it's getting better and better.
Yeah.
But the way that it ended, I just feel like next season is going to be like heartbreaking.
Okay.
Everything is just going to fall apart.
Okay.
But my favorite character, I guess I would just say Franklin.
Okay, Franklin. What about you, Mark? What you think, man? Who's your favorite? Who stood out to you?
The beginning of it, I ain't gonna hold you. I was what's my man name? Stacy.
Scully. Yeah, Stacy.
Scully. Yeah. I was fucking with Scully the first couple episodes because I like the way he was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was thrown, but he had principles and shit like that. Like he wasn't doing shit unless it was you fuck with my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as it started going on more and more, I started fucking with Alton. Just on the fact that just because he was, you know what I mean? He was going against the man. That's it. Not the whole part he was going against his son. Because I wasn't feeling how Franklin was still. Because I'm going to tell you, nigga, that it don't matter what your parents do at the end of the day, they still your folks.
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah,
I go through it with my folks all the time.
Okay.
But at the end, they still my folks. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't got the best, you know what I'm saying, with my, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. But I would never ever shit on them, like ever. Like,
yeah. But my thing with Alton though, it's like, yo, it's like, but yo, fam, like, why wouldn't you come to your son? Like, if the reporter is like kind of on his heels, whatever, he didn't say nothing to Franklin first. Like, why didn't he go to Franklin before anything happened? Or did he just knew like what was going on? Or maybe it's because he was trying to stick it to the man. Is that what it was?
I think what it is, remember, I think he a Black Panther. So he already know the whole CIA infiltration and all that type of shit. So I think he just trying to, he don't want to put Franklin in it because he knows how Franklin thinks. He gonna think that Franklin, or whatever, you just nervous, you just
he's gonna be.
That's still his son.
Yeah.
So like, that's still his son. So that Papa Bear, like, I'm not about to put it on I'm gonna handle it myself before I let my son handle it.
Facts. All right. Yeah. I see, but I looked at it like maybe I didn't look at him. I didn't hold Alton in his high regard, maybe because the way the show started. Yeah, I mean, like he was 15, whatever. And I'm looking like, I know he kind of changed his life, whatever, but all that is because of Franklin. Even though he's doing bad things to obtain all those things, I'm like, all that is because of Franklin. And it's like, I think you gotta let your son handle that, whatever. At least that's the way I was looking at it. But hearing y'all say that though about being a Papa Bear and just kind of holding it down and maybe not wanting to react or whatever, I can see that. I can see that way too.
Yeah, I just go based off of his past before, post Addict. You know what I mean? How he was like pro-Black. You know what I mean? Black Panther. He was trying to tell his son like, yo, listen, you ain't standing up for that flag. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't care about us. When you get older, you determine what you want to be and whatever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fuck with you no matter what.
Yeah. So my favorite character this season probably was actually Uncle Jerome. Yeah, I mean, like I think Uncle Jerome, I think he really held it down this season. I mean, holding it down for his wife, for his lady, you know what I mean, and kind of seeing his range a little bit. You know what I mean, we see his emotions. With the scene where he's fucking Franklin up. But like at the end, he still can't like betray his nephew, whatever. You know what I mean? And also too, when he just kind of took it upon his self to kind of, get shit, popping in the projects, whatever. Like he took that role on, whatever. And I just think he really stood out this year. And I don't know, I'm kind of nervous, man, like where this is headed for Franklin though. So you're saying and just kind of going into the ending this, whatever. Or coming into this, where do you see the show going? Like specifically the show, not necessarily the story of Ricky Ross, because obviously we know he ain't gonna ride into the sunset and be a drug dealer forever. Like, I mean, it's got to come to an end, whatever. But specifically about the show, where do you see it going? Like with the plot points that we have now.
I feel like next season is going to be like a lot of rising and falling.
Okay.
Like, just as far as like, you gotta think too, they just moved the Rock to Arkansas. So I feel like now it's about to start expanding to those other Midwest places, and then crime gonna start going up and stuff like that. Cause you gotta remember what they said nothing happened in Little Rock. Yeah. But like you think about in the 90s, Little Rock in the 2000s, that was one of the most dangerous places. Okay. Like, that's one of the top like murders and stuff like that.
I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, you remember those DVD hoods or beefs or whatever like that? We have like the top dangerous cities and shit like that.
Yeah.
I remember I used to be on one of those. I watched one my freshman year in college.
Okay. Now I'm about to look that up.
Yeah.
By Little Rock. Where do you think this is going, V?
Man, I'm just trying to figure out who's going to be the rat.
Yeah.
Who's going to get killed?
That's
going to be a rat? Because it always comes.
Yeah.
It's always somebody.
So
I want to know who it is.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So do you think, I don't know, some people thought that this season kind of ended in a cliffhanger, but I'm like, I don't think it was necessarily a cliffhanger. I think they did a lot of good things. And most good shows, they do all the real action in the episode before the last episode. You know what I mean? And then the finale is supposed to just kind of like tie up the loose ends, whatever. But like, so do you feel that did Teddy kill his dad? Do you think that happened? Or did he kill the mom too? Did he, you know what I mean?
Teddy's a savage.
I think it's that goes back to.
I think
remember what she said about the white folks?
Mom set him up.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say too.
Okay,
he was smiling a little too hard.
Okay,
because remember he said when you get down, when she said when we touch down, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna get a hold of you, Franklin.
Okay. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I think he definitely killed him, but like I didn't really think about the sissy like connection where she probably set it up, whatever. But like, nah, I could definitely see that. I'm kind of nervous though for Franklin, man, because I just feel like he don't really have a team no more. Like who is he running? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, cause we don't really see a street team ever. Like we just see Uncle Jerome, Leon, and then he had two other like players. You know, he had Man Boy, he had
Peaches.
I guess Peaches is like security, whatever. But like, I just feel like he don't have nobody no more. So like, is Leon gonna kind of do his own thing? Is he gonna let Leon lead?
Leon probably about to be a preacher or something.
Right.
You see how that him killing that little girl, it messed him up. Like,
hell yeah, hell yeah, that's crazy. So
I feel like a lot of new characters are gonna be a lot of like government type, what's the name? Remember how like The Wire had that season where it was just a bunch of like politicians and shit like that?
Yeah.
I feel like that they're gonna do a lot of that.
Okay.
And then see, like, cause I feel like who you gonna bring? Like you gonna just keep doing like the gangster route?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So let's switch it up now. And so one thing about this platform too is I like to highlight anybody that's doing anything, whether you got a brand, whether you make music, you make movies. I just want, I definitely want people to be aware of things that we have going on within our town, within our city. And even though I don't necessarily live in York anymore, I'm never going to forget where I come from. And like I said, I always want to do what I can to help people promote what they got going on. So Vejharnae, you have a brand, and I'd like you to tell us about your brand. And one thing I'll say though, I went on your website and that the vibe of the website is just seductive. Like it is like I watched the video and I was like, she got the music. Like I was like, I'm ready to like, make a baby or something like that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm really feeling it, whatever. So can you tell people,
can
you tell the audience what you got going on? Let's just start from there. What is the brand?
Well, Vejharnae, the brand. I wanted to start my own business, and I mean, I love perfumes and fragrances, smelling good in general. So, but long story short, I just wanted to start my own business, and I wanted to do something different that nobody that I knew of was doing.
Okay.
So I was like, let me do this, and I just did it.
Okay.
I didn't just do it. I looked it up. I studied
a
lot of different things, and I really put the time in. So I didn't just do it, but
okay. Yeah. And what is it? What's the product? What are you selling?
My own handmade fragrances, body butters. I have bath salt now.
Okay.
And body soap.
Okay. Can I play the video? Can I play the introduction video so Mark can see it? I don't know if Mark saw it.
Of course. Shout out to Ryan Rossum.
Yeah, there we go. So let me play this. Oh, shout out. Oh, okay. That's what's up. All right, let me see if I can get this to work here. I'm about to share this video with y'all. All right, here we go. I think it's gonna work here. Oh, here it is. I gotta share the sound. I thought this was fire. I just thought it was fire. I'll share computer sound. All right, here we go. Here it is.
Shout out to Fresh.
What inspired me to create my own fragrance line was that I wanted to find a scent that was perfect for me. I mixed a couple scents and let them curate. After a few months, one of the fragrances that I mixed really stood out. I let my family and friends try the final product. Their feedback exceeded my expectations. After they were satisfied, I knew I had to share a little piece of me with the rest of the world. Vejharnae is sensual, luminous, seductive. Vejharnae is me. Vejharnae is you.
Every time you call my name, just tell me that you love me and won't go away. Even though I gotta leave, I need someone to stay.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's
Shout out to Fresh.
All we needed was available at Macy's.
Oh, yo, for real, for real.
Bro,
Oh,
that was
shit.
that was laid out.
Oh shit. Hold up. My bad. That was playing something else. But yo, that was fire. Like I like I said, I like the music. It's probably your voice too, and the way you kind of explain the things, whatever. But it definitely creates. I think that's the vibe you're going for, because you said seductive and things like that.
Fragrances, because it's a unisex fragrance.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So
I think fragrances are supposed to be like a seductive thing anyway.
Yeah, definitely. So how long has the brand been around? And I'll ask, in terms of like the pandemic, has that helped or hindered your business overall?
I feel like it hindered.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't really trying to like be hands-on with things, not knowing about the virus and where, how, and what. So, and I really just wanted to be safe, and so I just kind of like chilled on it. But I got a lot of things in the works, and like I still have things out there, still putting things out there, but I'm also working on rebranding everything.
Okay.
And coming out with different products and different scents and different styles of apparel and all that good stuff.
Nice. And I'll ask, what have you found? Because obviously I'm kind of getting into my own little space here with this podcast and just trying to get it out there to people. And just some tips maybe for people that are trying to put out a brand. What have you found are the best ways to kind of market yourself? What's been the most effective for you?
You just gotta put you gotta put money into it. You gotta invest in marketing.
Okay.
And that's because like you can't depend on the home team to carry you. You really gotta put yourself out there. You gotta spend money to put yourself out there.
Okay.
And just stay positive. Focus on the people that support you. Don't focus on who's not supporting you.
Okay. And I think we talked about social media. I think that happens a lot. And just in the sense of where people create something and then they're just kind of focused on like, oh, yo, my people ain't doing this, or y'all don't even like this, or y'all don't even support whatever. And it's like, I'm learning too, like, yo, you got to earn this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody just going to follow you or watch your stuff just because. Yeah, I mean, like, just because I have a certain following on my personal account, that don't necessarily mean it's going to translate into this new space. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of learning that firsthand as well. But yeah, just that idea of like, focus on your supporters. You know what I mean? And I guess, yeah, you would agree with that. All right. And so in terms of like spending money to promote yourself, what ways are you doing that? Like, are you like, doing the paid promotions like on IG, or is there some on
do
YouTube?
the paid promotions,
Okay.
know who your audience is, and target your audience and do that paid promotion. That helps.
Ain't nothing wrong with paid promotion.
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with paid promotion.
And
a lot of
then
people act like there's something wrong
with my
with that.
product, it's like I have scent and body butter. So like one thing that I'm working on is like finding a way to get samples out there. But with the whole pandemic, it's like I gotta be safe about it. So I can't just be sending bunch of samples. I really gotta take precautions about sending stuff around and putting my brand out there. But
okay, that's what's up.
I also have apparel, so
yes. And I ain't gonna lie, like when I first seen it, like I like it. I like the logo and everything. And I was trying to figure out, like, I'm like, what does that mean, Vision? And then it was like, it hit me like, oh, that's her name, duh, like Vejharnae. Okay, all right, I like that.
And like Vijun,
right. Bijou. But yeah, I see a lot of people wearing the hoodies and apparel and things like that, whatever. And I think too, yeah, I'm glad we kind of got this just to make sure, like, people know I mean, you got apparel, but this is about the fragrances, the body butters, like, and just trying to make sure, you do some, I guess, cross branding and things like that. Yeah, handmade, yes, organic, most likely. Right,
handmade luxury fragrances.
I like that. All right, so then switching up here, we celebrating, a Black woman here, that they got something going on. Let's switch it up to two men that are kind of making headlines right now, and one in particular, and they both kind of focus on Black women to a different extent. And there's kind of been some social media wars with these two guys. So we got Dr. Umar versus Kevin Samuels. So I don't know. So I don't know, how familiar are y'all with, because I think we're all familiar with Dr. Umar, but how familiar are y'all with Kevin Samuels?
I know Kevin Samuels is.
Okay.
I know him. I heard him. I've seen a couple things.
Okay.
I think he's hilarious.
So what's your opinion about Kevin Samuels, V? Is he tearing Black women down? Is he, is he gay? Is he anti-Black woman, all that, whatever?
I don't think he's anti-Black woman. I just think he's anti hood rat.
Okay.
But maybe he has a prejudice against Black women. But I don't think he could tear down a whole. He can't tear me down.
Yeah,
he could make me feel bad about myself. But I feel like the women that talk to him and they they ask for it. Like, you know what he does.
Right.
Why are you going to him, asking him for anything? You already know he's gonna tear you apart.
Yeah.
I think a lot of women are like delusional sometimes.
Okay.
About their own mess.
And
you gotta
he's
take accountability.
Yes. And I think some people would definitely call him a truth teller, and things like that. What do you think about Kevin Samuels, Mark? Does he go too far? Is he on point?
I don't want to say he goes too far, because he says what needs to be said.
Yeah.
It might sound low. It might sound
I never watched the whole interview. So
yeah, me
that's
neither.
Just from what I got from the little bit that I did watch, just to put that out there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm coming from too. So from the little bit that I hear, he says things that, and you and Stu made a good point of this on the one that I watched. He talks about things that the bros talk about behind closed doors.
Yes.
We might not say it just how he's saying it, but it is like for instance, I mean, they might get mad at me for this, but like, for a woman who has numerous baby fathers, you don't really have too much say so what kind of man you could pick, and that it is what it is.
Yeah.
So you can't just be out here just being like, oh, well, the next guy I need to get got to be single, no kids. I mean, of course, single, but no kids.
Yeah.
Got to have this amount of money. You really can't get that. Now, if someone volunteers and does that,
she could say that, but she probably can't expect that.
Yeah.
To actually happen.
And most of the times, for real, if someone has like that many, they have a pattern of something. So if they ain't doing no self-realization, they repeating the pattern. So that if they got 3, they about to make it a 4 and then be single. So it's one of those type of things. Like, you gotta know who you are before you even jumping into new shit anyway.
Yeah, definitely. So you know, like you heard on the one episode, Mark. So yeah, me and Stu, we probably watch him a lot. You know what I mean? And I do fuck with him, but I'm not gonna say I agree with everything that he says. But what I'll say is that, like, yeah, it's he is probably anti-hood rat, like you just said, Vejharnae. And I think he's talking about, like I said, he's talking about a specific audience, right? He's talking about a specific audience of women that want a specific type of man. I don't think he's not necessarily coming at all women and things like that, whatever. Now, the way he kind of delivers his message might be, people probably want it to be a little nicer and things like that, whatever. And that's kind of where him and Umar kind of have come at odds, whatever. Or that, in terms of what Umar be talking about, what do you think he gets right most of the time? Mark, we'd start with you, Mark. What does Umar get right, or what was something? Did you see that Breakfast Club interview?
I did not watch the entirety of it because most of it was like stuff that I've been heard.
Okay.
I just feel like now when he said that, now it was the right time because just who the president is and all that type of stuff. If he'd have said all this last president, it would have been like it would have blew away. Nobody would have thought nothing of it. So I think most of the time it's like a popularity thing. 1 minute they love him, next minute they don't like him. So as long as it's something that they agree with him, they're gonna show love. But once he says one thing that people don't agree with, so a lot of people say they agree with him, but once he starts saying that, oh, I want black marriages and stuff like that, then everybody like, whoa, you lost me there, fam. You lost me there.
Yeah.
So whatever, like my lady, she not black, she not white neither.
Okay.
But it's like, just because one was, I don't mean that I gotta dislike this man. That's what he agrees with. Some of the stuff he says, I still agree with.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff I don't agree with, but it's like, that's with anything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I feel like he gets the disrespect that he doesn't need. You know what I mean? I feel like people just need to just like, and even when they say stuff about the schools and shit like that, like, oh, he pocketed the money. You know how many organizations is pocketing shit? Not saying that it's okay for him to do that, but it's just like, I'm a person that you got to keep the same energy across the board. If you point this person to that accountability, you got to put that next person to that accountability. Or what we talking for?
Yeah. Would you say, Vejharnae, like what are some things that like Umar gets right? Because we're not trying to tear him down. What does he get right? Because I think we all know that he says some things that we're like, I don't know about that, but
I don't even know where to pinpoint. I don't know what he gets right and what he gets wrong.
Maybe in terms of black women, like, have you heard him say anything? Because I think too with him versus Kevin, I think Kevin is like, well, yeah, I mean, like you talk, about black goddesses and things like that, but like you're not, you never been married and things like that. Like, some people have accused Umar of being like, trying to use his platform to get women and things like that. Whatever, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think that it might be hard. I did see a little piece of interview or video that he did, and he was talking about like how he wants his wife to be. And I feel like the way his expectations for his woman, it might be like intimidating.
Okay.
But they're his expectations. I'm not saying he's wrong for his expectations.
Yeah.
But I actually think like, yeah, you should want all that for your partner. But I just think his expectations are high and they could be a little intimidating.
Yeah, and that might be off-putting for some people.
As a black woman, as a strong, educated black woman.
Yeah. Well, what are some? Do you remember like some of his expectations that he talks about that you're referring to, or?
I mean, she just got to be on point with him.
Okay.
And I don't really know, like all his morals and all that kind of stuff, but she just has to be on point with him and on one accord. And I mean, he puts a lot of information out there about his followings and stuff like that. So
and something that Mark,
it's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah. And it's actually something Mark said, I think, on Twitter too. Like he was, and I was gonna maybe pull this out. But and just kind of talking about Umar and maybe how he, talks about women or what he's expecting. It's like, are people allowed to have preferences anymore? Right? Like, you know what I mean? Because, and I see you talk about that, Mark. You was like, yo, like if you have preferences about finances, it's okay. But if you have preferences about people and certain things,
how dare you?
How dare you, right? Like
I remember
that's a little touchy subject.
I asked a question. Well, I feel like we could talk about touchy subjects on this. I've been waiting to talk about something just because this, like you said, like Twitter, I can't talk about stuff because I don't want to. There's certain things, but that's like
you can't get your full message out, whatever you're trying to say. Like,
so it was one time I was saying, like, people just say just because you don't like something, it's a phobia. So they'd be like, if I don't want to date a transsexual, that means I'm transphobia. Someone really made that argument with me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how? Because I don't want to date a trans, like, I don't want to date no white women. Do that make
Are you white phobic?
Am I white woman phobia? Like I don't get, that's not my preference. Like I don't want to be with someone that's trans. Like I can't be transphobia because like I'm not phobia means scared. Like you're like afraid. Like
I'm not. It doesn't make sense. I mean? It just doesn't make sense.
Even with when they say like people are like homophobia, I feel like that word is like very. They use it too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not even warranted sometimes. It's like, because you don't want. Someone said you don't want So another thing, someone said they don't want their kid to grow up to be gay, and they said they're homophobic. Yeah. Like what the?
Yeah.
How is that? What's the name? Like what if I have a son? I don't want my son to be gay because I want biological grandchildren.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. I want my family to keep going on. You know what I mean?
I don't want him to be chastised and go through certain things that,
Yeah, because that's a I don't want to call it a job, but that's like
my thing
a lot of pressure
my thing about that kind of stuff is like they say like it has to do with sexualizing kids.
Okay.
So it's like you don't want to think about your kid dating. I don't think people should want to think about their kid dating, their adolescent or their toddler or whatever, their baby dating. Like so that shouldn't be anything. Nobody wants to think about their kid dating. But as far as who they want to be and who they want to dress like, it gets confusing because it's like society says this is how men dress. Society says this is how females dress. So it's just like all bunch of mixed up things.
Yeah.
That can't nobody really say what is what.
Yeah, true. And it's well, you said something about homophobia being overused. I think it is. A lot of phobias are. I ain't gonna lie though, but when we were growing up, Mark, probably I think we did actually see, like, we grew up in homophobia.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, like in the past, it was like, it wasn't just that we ain't like gay people. We were afraid that a gay man might try to turn us into something or try to make a pass at you. But then as you get older, you realize like, nah, bro, like gay people, they kind of have a sense of who else is gay. I mean, and
exactly.
They're not going to take a chance necessarily to just come at anybody because obviously it could result into violence. It could, I mean, they could put themselves in harm's way. So like I think we grew up in a time where it was like, yeah, man, nah, yo, get that gay shit away from me because I don't want it to rub off on me, so to speak. But like, yeah, nowadays, I think people understand that that's not how gay, homosexuality works, whatever. But like, yeah, we still can't have preferences without it being like labeled as something.
I feel like it's also social media's like fault because on the outside world, gay people they all be intertwined with everybody else. You know what I mean? And for the most part, like you said, the gay people, they stand to themselves. Transsexuals stand to themselves. The problem with it is it's these 17-year-olds through like 23. That's like they basically grew up in like they seen like the Trayvon Martins and all that type of stuff. So they're like woke warriors and stuff like that. So they feel like they got to be on the internet. So anything that's against that, whatever, they got to stick up for. So that any type of like little prejudice they see, they got to stand up for. So anytime they see any type of quote unquote hate, they got to be like, oh, this is phobia, or you're not this, that, and the third. And plus they like
somebody needs to put them in their place.
But you can't put them in a place on Twitter, because it's like that's the young people, what's the name? Like, we built it.
Yes,
but it's theirs now.
Yeah, like, it's definitely their world, and they kind of run and that's probably why there's all these rules nowadays. Like, you know, people get canceled every other day, things like that. People get censored, whatever, and it's unfortunate, whatever. But yeah, I think that's just kind of the way of the world these days, right? But all right, so let's
go ahead.
Go ahead.
We was talking about preferences.
Oh yeah, yes. Our preference is dead. Like, can you have a preference anymore on anything?
Absolutely, you can have preferences.
Yeah,
that's a human right.
Okay. But I think everybody, either it's not even just either things are phobic or you're shaming. Everything is like either is shaming. If you don't like something, you're shaming.
But I also think people have embedded prejudices. I don't know if I said that right.
No, you did. Yeah, you did.
Embedded prejudices, because like people will be like, I don't like black girls. I don't like light-skinned girls. I don't like. That's a prejudice.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how that person acts.
Exactly. Like,
yeah, you just prejudging them on their skin color.
Yep.
But you know, people can have preferences of what they're attracted to.
Yeah.
It's a human. It's natural.
Yep. And for the most part, if I have something I can give you like a legit reason why I would rather not that be my preference. You know what I mean? Like, going back to the white woman.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with their family, because someone in that family is going to be racist.
Yes.
And that's just how it is. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, do I want to deal with that the rest of my life if we have a family together?
Yeah.
It's like, it ain't worth it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. So like I mess with black girls primarily, you know what I mean? And when I was, out here probably a couple months ago, man, I kind of dabbled a little bit, you know what I mean? And I was, I tried to date this white girl, and it was just something where, because I'm at an age where, like, we ain't really trying to play too many games. You know what I mean? Like, if we gonna be dating, we're gonna be doing something. Like, it's gonna go somewhere, right? It's not just
right.
I could get some ass, like, whatever. That ain't hard. But like, I'm you're looking for something more. And I think I had some issues in my own like self, and I was like, yo, I really, and I was even saying stuff to my boys like, yo, fam, like, I don't know if I could really mess with this white girl, because I'm starting to think about the future. Like, I don't want to deal with her family. I don't necessarily want to, deal with certain things. And I even felt like there was times where we had conversations where, even though she was kind of like, she was down, so to speak, we would just have certain conversations where I could just tell like we're not on the same page with things, you know what I mean? And like, I just feel like it just kind of gets awkward, whatever, at times. But I guess, for different strokes, different strokes for different folks, you know what I mean? But like I said, and I'm not judging nobody that dates a white woman. I'm not like Umar, and like, you can't work in my school.
Nobody. Yeah.
You can't work in my school if you date. And I'm like, yo, and I think that's part of what we're talking about, like, where, where people disagree with things that he's saying and other whatever. But it's like, it's like almost like we don't allow each other to have preferences, even though we feel like it's our human right, like y'all saying. Like, do we actually allow it though? You know what I mean? And I don't think we.
Some people with when we talk about interracial dating, some people say that white people would never be able to understand the black experience in America. And like, I get it, I agree to a certain extent. Do you think they can, if they can't if they can't understand it, you think they can have compassion?
Oh, you're asking that question? Yeah, I think you can have compassion, but yeah, I don't think you'll. Yeah, you don't. I don't know. Understanding and compassion, I don't know if it's the same thing. I don't know if they're necessarily synonymous, but
great Uncle Terry ain't trying to hear that shit. And I don't want to be around great Uncle Terry. So
you don't gotta be around great Uncle Terry.
Eliminate that joint from the jump.
What's the story with great Uncle Terry?
No, I'm just saying that's just the
I was gonna say
the older white man
family.
That's probably no, that's just like the older white guy that's probably like racist because he was raised during a different type of times.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but you know the crazy thing about the preference thing, it's it's like to the point where it's like, say if I say I don't like this type of chick or whatever, and then there'll be like a chick that will say, well, why don't you like this chick? But at the same time, that chick not even feeling me or nothing. So why do you care what my preference is if you're not even feeling me? Like, why are you upset about my preferences if I'm not your preference and you're not my preference? So just leave it, just let my opinion go. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's another thing I get, like, I don't understand why people get so upset about shit that has nothing to do with them.
Yeah, and maybe that's why people don't like when others engage with what they're saying on social media, because it's like maybe because they feel they're being judged. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's like, you know, certain things.
Like Jay-Z said, you think I see you. You think I see you.
Talk heavy, right? All right. So one last topic we'll talk about, and like I said, this ain't a sports podcast, and this is actually something that you could participate in, Vejharnae. I'm not, you know what I mean, whatever. But so this week, and now this actually happened a couple weeks ago, but this week a lot of talk has been kind of coming out about the Olympics banning protests, including Black Lives Matter apparel or whatever, right? So let me play something real quick. Let me I think I got this now.
BLM apparel or messaging was included in this ban. There is a gray area that states that BLM slogans will be allowed during interviews or press conferences, but banned during official ceremonies, at the podium, or during competition. The ban also states that athletes could be subject to punishment if any BLM messaging takes place, but that it will work on a case-by-case basis.
Arms about this week. So one thing that it said that a majority of players voted that they don't think it's appropriate to do this demonstration or do any kind of protest. And so is it a reach for Black people to be mad about this restriction? Is it a reach?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm about to be devil's advocate.
Okay.
Nah, it ain't in our country. That's their country, they rules.
Okay.
So it is a reach.
So you're saying it is a reach. Yeah, you're saying it is a reach for Black people to be mad. Is it a reach?
Yeah. Okay. I think it's a reach.
Okay. You disagree.
And plus, and also I think out of the people that people think that would protest over there voted, are part of that crew that voted. But because since they can't show the names, they ain't going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, you never know. Maybe LeBron, if he's, participating, maybe he was one of the people that said it's not, it's not like he voted against it, whatever. But so V, you disagree? You think it's a problem? Like we should be mad.
I just think I'm gonna say I don't think we should be like outraged, but I just think it just shows white fragility.
Okay. So
I don't think people should be outraged. Right? I think people should just accept it for what it is. Like, why is it even an issue? It's an issue. It's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
White and Black is going to be an issue in America forever.
Yeah. Well, I guess too, obviously the Olympics, they're happening in Tokyo, and this is not just Tokyo kind of making these rules. It's the IOC, so it's the International Olympic Committee making this rule.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm kind of like conflicted in a way, because I'm thinking like, well, obviously you know, on one hand, if the athletes are cool with it, then I as the fans, I don't think we should. I don't know if we should necessarily complain about it. But then at the same time, you know, banning things like this, like apparel, I feel like when you put a restriction on something, that's when you put it on notice. And I think that's when it's like, well, maybe not that many people would have done these things, whatever. And you, now that you put awareness or put attention to banning it, now I have a problem with it, because now it's like, well, why the fuck can't I wear this, or why can't I do this, whatever, like
whatever I want to wear.
Yeah, like are they actually making it an issue by banning it?
Might be a distraction.
Okay.
I think the Olympics just don't want no politics involved in the Olympics. Being as though it got canceled because of the whole what's the name, so they want to just focus on the Olympics. But I feel like if somebody wear a BLM shirt or raise a fist, it's going to take away from the Olympics. The news is going to be talking about that actual whatever. Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just feel like that's more of a, like, I feel like the Olympics is its own thing. Like, they ain't with none of that other little hoopla that's going on. Like, keep that shit where y'all got it. Right now, this is for the country, like the world. Like, this is a thing for the world, not just America and whoever else.
Yeah, because maybe that's our problem, whatever. Like, and maybe we should just kind of deal with that on our own soil, whatever. But one thing that they said though, the gray area is that athletes could probably talk about that type of stuff in speeches and in press conferences, but not, they just, I guess, while they're competing, like if you're a track star, you can't have like, maybe have some armband that says BLM, whatever.
That's why I think it's knocking it.
But if you win and you get to talk your shit, I get, like, it's saying that, like, you know, you could talk your shit, whatever, like in a press conference, but just like as you're competing, they don't want to see it, whatever. Do you think there will be any athletes that break the rules, and should they not?
If Kyrie ain't going to do it, nobody doing it.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it. If Kyrie ain't going to do it, and I don't see nobody else jumping the gun.
They're probably exhausted.
Or like some, like, matter of fact, this all like really good players. Never mind. I was going to say this some like random scrub, but this is like top of the top, representing the country. So yeah, if Kyrie don't do it, I don't see no one doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like a little dysfunction.
Okay.
I like it. I like things to be stirred up a little bit.
The U.S. is in cahoots with China, right? I don't know if you guys know that.
In terms of what?
Like, as far as like they do like secret deals and shit like that.
Oh,
like, that's going on.
Yeah,
but it's like one of those things, they're trying to get close with China because China don't like Russia, Russia don't like China, Russia also don't like the U.S.
Okay.
So they're all like in a little cahoots of trying to, you know, America's also trying to steal China's whole little what's that shit called? Like the social system.
Oh, like the social identity like thing.
Mm-hmm. So I think what's going on is it's a whole setup for like, basically these niggas are gonna be the people that wear the hats. I don't want to say it because I don't know how that shit works. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, you can't say nothing about them or it's anti-Semitic and shit like that. It's gonna get to a point to where you say anything about those folks.
Oh, Asian people. Okay.
And you see they put that bill in like that. You do anything with Asian hate, it's gonna be some repercussions. So soon it's gonna be to the point where it's like they're gonna be the new redacted.
Well, yeah, we're rolling too. And well, that's something that Umar talked about, how, like, you know, it's just kind of ironic about how you know, they passed that anti-hate bill for Asian people, but like, yeah, what have they passed for Black people specifically ever? I mean, like, how many times have there been
they jumped on the ball like that?
Yeah, and there's been anti-lynching bills that have been proposed like for years, for decades, whatever, and like they don't want to pass those, like you know what I mean? But like, yeah, then now it's like you know, anti-Asian hate, which I didn't even know that was necessarily an issue. Obviously, there's some things going on because of coronavirus. I think there's some, you know, prejudice, you know, white people out there that are harming Asian people. But I've seen things where they've been putting it on Black people that, like, you know, but us and Asians don't necessarily have the best relationships in our urban cities and things like that either. You know what I mean? Like they're not necessarily the kindest to Black people, and it's not necessarily a tit for tat.
Very prejudiced.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a tit for tat thing, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I just think it is kind of crazy. But so you're relating this the Olympic stuff to this because this is Tokyo. This is like Japan. This is not necessarily.
No, not.
Okay.
That's just something totally different.
Okay.
Cause I'm pretty sure Japan and China don't really fool with each other either.
Yeah, I don't think they necessarily do. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll see kind of where that goes, whatever. But
I think I seen that interview with Umar about the alliances and
yeah.
And see, some of my stuff, like when I do be like my when I say my tinfoil type thing, I'll be wanting to go on like little tangents on Twitter, but it's hard to kind of like bring facts towards because if I bring a fact, they're gonna be like, well, how am I supposed to believe this source? You know what I mean? Because I don't just take shit from one person. I watch like numerous and I don't know the exact people, but I might watch something 2 months ago, then I watch something 3 months from now, and it's like saying the same thing from a whole different account, and then I just take what I need to take and then do my own independent thinking on it. You know what I mean? And put my own thought to it.
Well, all right. Well, go ahead. No, go ahead. Keep going.
Which I wish more people would do instead of just, you know what I mean, just falling for everything. Even no matter where it's coming from, even if it's coming from me, the news, anybody, just challenge whatever somebody's saying. You don't know, unless you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I would say I'm definitely, I probably register a certain party, whatever, but I don't necessarily agree with everything that a particular party is saying. And yeah, I try to watch. I watch all the crazy shit. I watch, certain platforms that some people don't watch, but I don't necessarily believe everything that I'm seeing. I definitely try to verify my sources. All right, real quick, last question. Did y'all get vaccinated?
I did.
I
got vaccinated.
I did. I got big vaxxed. I got the Johnson & Johnson.
I got Moderna, and my mom got Johnson & Johnson.
I feel like you would have been good anyway, because you know what I mean, you young, healthy, you know what I mean? Yeah. I hear you say you play ball and shit like that. This it ain't going to affect us. I'm still not taking it because I don't like being sick. Okay. When I used to work at Target when I was in school, I got the flu shot because it was mandatory.
Okay.
And I got really sick. So that's my reason. I'm not
bad experience. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Because with my job, you still gotta get TB shots. That shit all the same shit. You know what I mean? So I'm not nobody that be like, oh, I'm putting that shit in me. I don't want to get sick. Okay. And plus, I don't really know what's going on with that shit. So as far if I don't gotta get it, then I ain't gonna get it. And if I could find a loophole of not getting it, then I'm gonna try to find that loophole.
Well, so speaking of tinfoil shit, right? Do you think getting the vaccination, you're putting a chip inside of you, and then they're tracking you and this and that or whatever?
Nah, not necessarily. Nah. But what's funny about that type of stuff? I always see people say people worry about they say people worry about putting a chip in them, but they got phones and they got just social. I mean, and I get that as well, but it's why add something else? You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I always look at it like that, but I ain't that far into it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it can happen, but I feel like that's too deep right there. That's too deep. I don't feel like they ain't there yet.
I wonder, the people that have an issue with the vaccine, the people that smoke medical, do they question the medical marijuana the same way?
Probably
I'm not saying that I'm for or against or I think anything about it, but I'm just saying, do you question that? Because you're putting that in your body too.
And that's government
sanctioned. Everything you put in your body, or just that because it's called a vaccine.
Yeah. Most people say they anti-vax, whatever, but they'll still go take a Tylenol. Yeah. Go get prescribed that Percocet when they hurting, or that oxycodone.
Still
you know what I mean?
Junk food, processed
food. Still eating junk food. All that shit is all Western. So when I be saying Like I try to be. I don't eat the best, but I'm very like I try to be as conscious as possible. But like I put on my body, like I be like, damn, I eat horrible, and I have like a sweet tooth, so I eat a lot of like junk food, whatever.
Yeah.
So I try to get like the good junk food and shit like that, like the organic shit. You know what I mean? So but it's not all the time, of course. You know what I mean? Because that shit unhealthy either way. It's junk food.
So well, it's ironic that people feel some type of way about vaccines, whatever, and we talked about misinformation and things like that, whatever. And I just seen that obviously the FDA or Pfizer is trying to get FDA approval, so like full FDA approval of the vaccine. And I'm just thinking like, okay, I don't know if that's gonna even be enough to make people that already disbelieve. I think people are just gonna be like, no, well. I mean, they're gonna just come up with something else where it's like, oh no, we can't trust that either, whatever. I mean, like,
well, I think what it is too. I think if it's not approved by the FDA, you can't do nothing as far as if you get sick or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not 100% sure, but I think if it gets approved and if something would happen to you, you can like follow a lawsuit or something like that. But I'm not 100% sure about that. But I think that might be their whole spin on it. With that, because I think that's the better of the three, right?
Which one? The Pfizer? It might be. Yeah, I know.
I know it's out of Pfizer and Moderna.
I ain't gonna lie. I got the Johnson, and I was cool. I mean, I can get sick or whatever. And then it was probably like 3 or 4 weeks later. Then the thing.
I think it's a couple different type of Modernas too. It's
okay. And the blood clot thing came out, and I'm like, oh my god, like here, man, what the fuck did I do? What the fuck did I do?
Try to raise that anxiety.
Yeah, like I'm like, oh my god. But it seemed like it was happening. One, I think out of however many doses that was given, maybe like at the time it might have been like 3 million. It was like 5 people. So then it's like
a handful.
Yeah, it was like a handful. So it's like, all right, well, that's kind of how medicine and things work. I guess certain people are going to have adverse reactions to it. But I don't know if it's necessarily a conspiracy to where like it's like, oh, they trying to kill us and this and that, whatever. I still don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
I kind of did it, for work and things like that. I didn't have to necessarily do it, but I don't know.
I did it for work and travel.
Yeah, I kind of did it for travel just in case, because people have to get vaccinated a lot of times anyway when you travel to certain countries and things like that. And we don't question that type of stuff. I think it's because of the time period.
The and it's part of the woke warriors too. Everybody want to be. You know what I mean? Like it's like I want to say people too, but I don't go off the deep end with the shit. The shit that I believe in, I don't try to force on nobody.
Okay.
I believe it. I try to. If you ask me about it, I try to. If you don't agree with what I agree with, I ain't gonna be like, oh, this nigga sheep. Like I don't do shit like that because there was a time when I didn't believe everything that I was being told, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. People gonna learn on their own if they want to learn it, or if they never want to learn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
People have to do their own research. Everybody's different.
And that's my whole thing with even like certain shit when people try to force people into doing force people to be better people. Like you can't force nobody.
Maybe I want to be a piece of shit. Maybe that's what I want to be. Like, I mean,
like the best thing a motherfucker can do. I tweeted this, like the best form of activism is being a good person. Like,
I seen that.
That's the best thing you can do. Just be a good person. Someone see you being a good person, it might affect them a good way. Like, oh man, this guy's a good dude. You know what I mean? Or this guy's a good, or that lady's a good chick. Good woman. Let me not say good chick.
Right. I know, because you never know. That might be offensive to somebody. So it's like, nah. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to leave off for this episode. Y'all had a good time?
Oh yeah. Cool. You gotta bring me back.
Definitely. I got you. I might,
this was fun.
Maybe we had to do like something with like 4 people, maybe like one of your friends, and then me and Mark, and we'll do like some battle of the sexes. I actually had a couple like different like little questions, whatever that we could have kind of went on. Just about like, well, I guess we were talking about friends and stuff like that, and like. Matter of fact, one last thing. Y'all both talked about and kind of getting back into your mentions. You said something I think I thought was kind of funny, Vejharnae, where I guess like something about like your friends got to kind of learn the hard way when they're dealing with somebody, whatever. And or if they I think you said something about when they get a new fake friend and you got to like come and save the day, whatever. And then Mark, you said something about just the other day, and you was like, yo, I like people that are friends with the people that they've been friends with for a long time. Yeah. So like in terms of like, if we talking about men and women, whatever, who do you think cultivates more fake friendships, men or women?
Women. Well, let me not say that, because nowadays it's getting up there. It's almost neck and neck.
Yeah.
With the clout thing. So before it was women, hands down, like hands down.
Hey girl.
Now,
sis.
Hey. Now it's niggas, like
a lot of broing.
Yeah, a lot of
big broing.
Yeah, a lot of big broing. And niggas be low bro. Like so, it's a toss up.
Bro.
What would you say, V?
I'll say in person is women. I'll say online is niggas.
Oh yeah. Because another thing, like it's a thing, you gotta watch what you share. I don't know, like to me, a man on social media that overshares is like not my type, not my preference.
Yeah.
I would say that. I wouldn't say, but I would say not my preference. But
yeah, there you go. There, right? Getting back into preferences, right? I would say, I ain't gonna lie, like it's kind of it's an interesting dynamic, because I think nowadays the lines are getting blurred, like Mark said. I just remember, like, especially like these days during Twitter, and I just started noticing, and I think too, it's like if you happen to be a single man, and you start to see a lot of like women that you might have dealt with, or women that you want to try to deal with, and then like now they start becoming friends with each other, and you're like, yo, what the fuck, like
when the fuck this happened?
Yeah, when the fuck did y'all get cool, man? Like y'all fucking up the game, you know what I mean? And I think women get so possessive when it comes to their friendships. Like it'll be somebody that they just met, and they be like, oh, that's my girl, and I'll be like, yo,
like y'all not even.
So I started noticing a lot of like girl friendships get cultivated on social media, and I'm just like, man, yeah. And then y'all be having,
I don't know what's wrong with us.
Women be having and y'all have the vocal fallouts. I think that's where it's, y'all be having the public fallouts. And I think when men, if you don't fuck with somebody, unless it's some like real beef, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't think men aren't going back and forth about it. You know what I mean? Calling each other fake, whatever, especially now on social media. Like, I don't think so. But
I think what I get from like friendships is like, I may be wrong, but I feel like guys are more accepting of who they are and where they are at the different stages of life. And for girls, like, I mean, everybody goes through their stages of trying to figure out who they are as a person, but I think guys are more accepting of who they are at the moment than girls are accepting of themselves, and they don't really get to embrace who they really are because they're too busy being delusional.
Yeah.
Plus, it falls back with social acceptance too. You know what I mean? So a lot of women like to be like, if they see like a woman they deem like popping or whatever, they're gonna want to be like that person or do the same thing that person do. Guys the same way, but it's different with women. Like women to be like, they like switch the whole get up, like just to be down with the cause.
Yeah.
And still know they getting played. Like it'll be a bunch of times like they be like, man, do you want me to do that in the third? But they ain't come to my birthday party. This bitch is fake. But they still continue to be friends with that person. And it's like, you know what I mean? And granted, like, I mean, sometimes things happen where it's like they couldn't make it or something like that. But it's some things where it's like you did that yourself. You know that person wasn't really your friend. You had some they could get advantage of.
Noticed, God, like when I be going through issues and I talk to my guy friends, it's like, why you put up with that? I would have just addressed it. Girls, we won't address things, like we won't be direct. We'll just make excuses. And guys will be like, bro, like the fuck are you doing? And girls will just be like, well, she's going through something, and we make excuses.
Yeah. And I think with social media, man, it again just kind of this maybe the common theme here. But I think there's always like it's like a pendulum. Like it's always like we go from one school of thought and then we swing the other way the whole way. So like early 2000s or maybe like early of the last decade, it was, you know, no new friends, right? No new friends, whatever. And then nowadays, I'm starting to hear more people say stuff like, yo, man, you got to outgrow those old people. Yeah, I mean, that are holding you back or whatever. Like, you got to, those, right? Like those people that were your friends from first grade, that maybe you just need to outgrow them and like, then you'll be in a better place in life. So like, what do y'all say to that? Like, cause
people need to do their own research and think for themselves. Think for yourself.
There you go.
It's like remember how I said like me and my friend, we've been like 15 years plus. Like we not all the same or whatever. Now I mean, like, and we got a lot of
bunch of wanksters.
Bunch of wanksters, she said.
DJ, you don't want to believe that. But just like stuff like that. We got things we don't agree with and stuff like that, and we very different. But I feel like that keeps us like. That's what keeps us like the sharpen each other, because there might be some, like I might do some, and one of my friends might check me like, yo, like nah, or vice versa. They might do some, even though most of the time it's me telling them like, yo, chill, you shouldn't do this, or do it this way, and that type, whatever. So
I'm the friend that go ghost, and like I still be the same support for like my friends that I call friends, but I'm the person, they might not understand like the distance, but I'm the friend that understands like, okay, maybe they need some distance. If you get back to being whoever you are in a couple years and, you know, wanna whatever, catch up,
see, that's the
maybe we can have lunch or something, but I'm understanding to be like, to give people space no matter how long it is. And not take it personal, because people go through things.
Exactly.
That's the thing between men and women. Like I'm the same way. Like I have like a social battery. Like if I'm around and like remember how I was saying what I do for my profession or whatever.
Fall out when your social battery runs out.
You have to be very social with that, like interacting with parents, interacting with children, the whole nine, whatever. So by the time like we can, and I don't have any kids, so if someone's like, hey, you want to come over to my child's birthday party or whatever, you know what I mean? Like but it's like a close friend, like my son's having something. Like sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm not gonna come by, bro. Like I'm burnt out. Like you know what I mean? Cause I just been around like kids all week, and I don't have any. So it's like this is my time to like wind down and then refresh, and then come Monday I could be back. Cause then you know how kids are. I mean, you have older ones, but
and it just seems I think people need to just stop making those like just broad generalizations about people's friendships that they don't know nothing about. You know what I mean? Like why are you worried about that? You know what I mean? And I think with at least with me, like I have those friends that I see on a more regular basis. Then I have those friends where I don't talk to them and I give them their space, whatever. But like, when we get back with each other, it's like we never
left.
Nothing ever left. You know what I mean? Then I got those friends that are like really more like acquaintances. You know what I mean? And it's just maybe just social media, maybe it's whatever. And it's like, I think it's not about outgrowing your friends. It's about just kind of cultivating different friend groups, like for different purposes. You know what I mean? Like you got different friends for different reasons. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. And you don't have to intermingle all of your friends together.
Exactly.
Like you don't because your friends ain't gonna be friends with these group of friends. Like I have sets of like different friends, because I went to school too. So I have like my close friends I went to college with, and I got my sandbox friends. So you know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah. But I don't be like, hey, you guys come down here and kick it with my sandbox friends, or like sandbox friends come kick it with me with my college friends.
So what do you do if all right, so if you intermingle your friends, what do you do if there's a conflict between them?
That's why I don't intermingle my friends.
There you go. There you go.
But
it happened before with me. And what do? You just keep it separate, and you tell them both, like, we don't talk about that over there. We don't talk about that over there, and keep it separate.
Okay. And if a friend feels some type of way, like if they want you to pick a side, are they really your friend? You know what I mean?
They gotta grow up, because I know how to fight.
Like, I ain't gonna play that. Like, I'm not gonna do too much of that talking. All right, that's good. That's good. I think that's and like I said, I'll do what I gotta do. But I think that's a good ending point. And again, did y'all have a good time?
Yeah, it was
most
fun.
definitely,
man.
My social anxiety. What you say, Mark? Your battery? Your what?
My social battery.
Your social battery? Yeah, I'm like.
Oh, all right. So you ain't got no time for nobody today. The rest of the day, no happy hour tonight or nothing. No going out.
I might need to charge up.
Right? Do y'all go out? Or is people still going out? Or y'all just kind of like pandemic chilling, like, in the house?
Man, pandemic was one of the best things that happened. Because I got excuses. I got excuse to not go nowhere. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you trying that candy out, man.
Nothing.
It's that it's that panorama. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Facts. I get to use that. Like, and plus, I don't drink no more, so it's just like my tolerance when I be around other like people who are intoxicated, man. It burns my soul. So I try. That's my another excuse. I'm like, I ain't trying to be around nobody that's drunk, man. I don't drink. So
I drink very minimally now, like, cause I'm not the DUI type dude. You know what I mean? Or it got to be a house party, and typically it got to be a house party at my man Rob's house, so I could just stay the night over there. I talk about that in episode 4 if y'all want to check that out. You know what I mean? But all right, that was a nice little plug. Where can we find y'all on the socials? Where can we find y'all?
On Instagram _VJNE.
Okay. All right.
And Twitter, Poison Ivy. That's how you say it, in case nobody understood how to say it.
You should probably spell it.
Yeah,
I'm keeping it like it is.
Right.
I'm saying you should probably spell it so people can follow you. Is what I'm saying. Because they're gonna try to spell poison the way poison is spelled.
It's like Poise _NIVE.
Okay.
I don't know her own that name.
Right. Where can we find
busy?
Busy. Mine's is what's my Instagram and Twitter is Mark _Blaq. That's BLAQ.
BLAQ. Okay.
Yeah, you don't
Chris
need my
Black
snap.
Beats brother.
If you rap, sing, do anything, holla at my brother Chris Black Beats.
Okay.
He's one of the hottest in the 717.
I heard.
East Coast.
We might have to get the brothers on here. That's what we might have to do. Get the brothers.
We can set that up. And also, I did forget. I do gotta link somebody in. Hold on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm about to link my lady's art page.
Okay. Bet.
Ooh,
I love it.
So
I love it.
Yeah. She makes ashtrays, trays, lighters. She paints, do art, all that stuff. Her Instagram is La Luna Baby Art. That's LALUNABBYART.
Okay. All right, bet. So I'm gonna check for that. We're gonna check for y'all. Y'all gonna probably see me kind of atting y'all a lot this week, you know what I mean, on mentioning y'all on Instagram. So just kind of be prepared for that. Kind of flooding y'all with a bunch of little content, whatever, for y'all to share. So, but yeah, thanks for coming out and joining me. I'll be glad to have both of y'all back. Maybe separately, maybe on a different type of time. Hopefully y'all enjoy your weekend. Make sure you get some for your moms. It's Mother's Day.
I'm in front of Target right now.
Right. Don't forget about your mom this weekend. And thanks for listening, y'all. Peace.
Yo, thanks.